رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. ربنا زدنا علما اللهم فقهنا في الدين اللهم يسر ولا تعسر وتمم بالخير آمين يا رب العالمين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Wa alaikum assalam, Mishal. How's everyone? First of all, tell me my voice is okay. I'm wearing headphones right now, so if it's okay, then otherwise I'm gonna remove them. So voice is good, alhamdulillah, and everyone can see my screen. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Last time we had a lot of trouble, and I really apologize again for that. Alhamdulillah. How are you, Sister Tanzila? Some of you introduced yourselves. Yes, last time. Who's from Whitby? I forgot. Somebody was from Whitby and Calgary and Barrie. I remember the places. I've mixed up the names. Mishal. Okay, mashallah. You're from Whitby, mashallah. Okay. Okay, Sister Tanzila is from Barrie. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Hopefully, inshallah, you'll be able to see all the slides today in the Maghrib time. Okay, inshallah. Sister Mahjabeen, you have Maghrib time there in Calgary? Sister Mariam is from Calgary, mashallah. Edmonton. Oh, okay. Okay, yes, you can do your Maghrib, Sister Mahjabeen, and then inshallah, you can come back. So in the meantime, I'll just try to review a few points from the last session. Once again, I'm going to just briefly explain the course outline. The detailed course outline you will find online on the website, inshallah. But as you know that we started last week, January 17th, so we have this session from January to April. So we have 14 sessions all together, and in which we will cover, inshallah, the basic Tajweed, that is Makharij and the Noon Sakin and Tanween rules, inshallah, and then we will memorize some du'as. And as I told you last time, that we will, inshallah, cover the last 15 surahs of 30 juz, inshallah, bi'idhnillah. In between these 14 sessions, we will have a break in March break. As you know that kids are off during March break, so just one session we will give off. So some of you might be taking tafsir as well. I guess some of you are taking tafsir yesterday's class. Who's taking tafsir? Sister Tanzila, Maryam, Sister Zahida. Okay, alhamdulillah. Mishal also taking. Okay, alhamdulillah. Okay. Okay, so inshallah we resume our class from and yeah, another thing I like to just like last time I told you that before we start the class, that on the website of Ad-Duha Institute, for the resources, you can go check the resources, and in there you will find the Tajweed book as a resource I'm using, and also the Hisn al-Muslim book that we are going to use to memorize the du'as, inshallah. And also, nowadays, all the apps are available on your cell phones, so you can download the Hisn al-Muslim app, inshallah. So that will be very helpful. And also, another question I have from the admin is that if you are comfortable, because we are going to practice in live class as well, the du'as and surahs, inshallah. But if you want, some of you, if you're not comfortable in live class, we have groups as well in a separate class. There is another class we are going to do for the groups, like group time. So if you're okay, if any of you want to mention, then the admin will take note of that. Yes, I'm Noamana, Sister Noamana. Sorry, which app Sister Zaida said. Yeah, the app is Hisn al-Muslim. Hisn al-Muslim, that is the app. If you download on your cell phone, then you can access the du'as. Okay, so Sister Zahida, you want to do the group. So inshallah we will note down whoever mentioned. Otherwise, if you're more committed and you are punctual, then inshallah we will try to utilize this time and we can practice in live class as well. Inshallah, we will start with the dua today. Today we will memorize. I think maybe some of you already know the dua because our first focus is salah. We want to fix our tajweed, and especially in the salah, we want to fix our duas and the surahs we read. So in salah, we first of all, the first dua we say, that dua I want to cover today. Sister Tanzila, what group? Okay. The group I was talking about, the admin asked that there is just like for the morning program, there is a morning Abduha classes as well. So they do groups, separate groups, other than their regular Tajweed and Tafsir classes. So for our evening class, we can also organize a group session, like in which only you can practice reading or memorizing, the recitation practice you can do in the group time. So that I was asking. Yeah, that's good. Alhamdulillah. So yeah, few of you agree to do the group time. So I will inshallah inform the admin and we will let you know. Inshallah. Okay. So we have 14 sessions. Okay. So let's start inshallah. Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Just I will give you a review of last class quickly because last time you were not able to see the slides. So today inshallah you can see the slides. Okay, this is our course, Tajweed al-Quran 101 English, and then who remember what we did last time? Yes, before showing you the the slides, I want to ask you if you remember anything from the last class. What did we learn last class regarding Tajweed? Anybody remember what we did last class? Etiquette of reading, yes, alhamdulillah, yes, yeah. Do you remember anything? So I will recite slowly. Yes, what else? Okay, so now I'm showing you, inshallah. We can just quickly go through that. We should recite the Quran slowly and beautifully, yes, in beautiful voice, respect of Allah's words, yes. Yeah. And by the way, why we try to do that, why we are fixing our mistakes, and why we are trying to learn proper tajweed, and why we are trying to recite slowly and beautifully. What is the reason behind that? We do not want to change the meaning of the Quran. Yes, that's the right answer, but it's something else. To please our Creator, yeah, because the reason is that we want to read Quran not the way we feel easy, but the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to hear from us. Just the way Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught the Sahaba and they passed on to us, and just the way Jibreel alayhi salam taught Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So that is the way we should recite, and that is the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to read, inshallah. Yes, alhamdulillah. So these are the few points that we covered last time. That first of all, we have to remember that the origin of the verse, that where these words came from. This is the word, this is the Quran, is the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's the kalamullah. So we have to keep in mind when we when we start reciting Quran, we have to keep it in mind. And presence of the heart is very, very important. If we are not focusing, we are just reading just quickly, we are just reading and we are not paying attention, it's not good. And then pondering, understanding the meaning, this is also very important. And individualization, this is also very important. Each of one of us, me and you, whenever we sit and read Quran, excuse me, then we should feel this thing that this is the word of Allah for me, only for me. This is the thing that Allah sent for myself. I have to relate to it. I have to feel the connection with that. This is also very important. And then the external factors are purity of body and clothes. We have to keep our body proper wudu, and our clothes should be clean. And then seeking refuge from shaitan and reading basmala, A'udhu Billah and basmala. This is also very important. And avoiding cut off to talk with people when we are reading and reciting. Try to sit at a place where nobody comes and then disturb us. At least, like, if something happens, something urgent nature or anything, then it's okay, but try to avoid talking to people. Okay, and stopping at an ayah of warning and seeking protection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whenever we read, this is the way of Sahaba and also Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that when they used to read Quran, they used to just like the next point is saying, humbleness and crying when reading, because they know what the words are saying. So when they were reading, they read the ayah and they know the meaning, they can relate to it, so they cry, they used to cry. So this is also recommended, that we also do the same thing. So these are some of the manners when reading the Quran. And also, if you remember last time I quote this from Imam An-Nawawi, that he said that crying when reading the Quran is a characteristic of those who know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the feelings of the righteous. Reading the Quran is either out loud, in which Tajweed is obvious, or silently, in which the reading should be audible to the reader. So basically this says that when we are reading, we have to properly move our mouth at the articulation points, which we are going to learn inshallah. So if we are just quietly looking at the words and looking and not moving our lips or our tongue, then it is not called qiraat or tilawa. It is just like, just looking at the book. So this is not recommended. So this is what Imam An-Nawawi said. And then we learned about isti'aza and basmala. Isti'aza is seeking refuge, and basmala is saying the bismillah. Okay, so this is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Surah Nahl, ayah number 98, that فَإِذَا قَرَأْتَ الْقُرْآنَ فَاسْتَعِذْ بِاللَّهِ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ. And when you are reading the Quran, seek refuge with Allah from the rejected shaitan. This is the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then whenever you start reading, always seek refuge from shaitan, because what happens, you must have noticed that when we start reading Quran, all kinds of thoughts come in our mind. We remember, oh, I have to do this, I have to finish quickly, finish reading, and then I have to go there, I have to finish some chores, and this, and some of our kids come and then say something, phone rang, so many things happen. So this is why it is recommended that we read the isti'aza. And few of the things, I don't know if I mentioned, but because the slides were not working last time. So the things were that if a person is reading silently, then that person can say the isti'aza silently. But if a person, like for suppose reading loud in a classroom setting or somewhere, then saying the isti'aza aloud is recommended. And also if like we are sitting in a gathering or we are sitting in a classroom and taking turns when reading the Quran, then the first reader will say loudly isti'aza, and then when the second person's turn comes, like the third, fourth, fifth person, then all of them will say quietly in their heart isti'aza. Okay, because this happens if you have experienced before, that if you are reading in a group time in a class, then if everybody takes time and then they are everybody saying isti'aza and basmala, it takes longer time. So this is the way that we have learned from the scholars and from the older people, that only the first person will say the isti'aza loudly, and the later people who come, they have their turns, they do not say loud isti'aza, they just say bismillah and they start reading. And another thing that we have learned is that when you are reading and you cut off due to coughing or sneezing or anything, like for suppose I am telling you an ayah and like yesterday you were learning the tafsir, and you are the teacher is talking, referring to the ayahs or to the verses, then it is okay if you do not repeat the isti'aza. But on the other hand, if you are reading and it is cut off because of due to any kind of conversation or any work like eating or anything, then the isti'aza should be is recommended to be repeated. again. So this is about isti'adha, and then the basmala. The basmala is we say in the beginning of every surah except Surah Tawbah, inshallah. So this is all clear. Anybody has any questions? Did you write down the points? Basmala. Oh, this is the Bismillah. When we say, when we say the Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, then the ba has a kasra, that's there. But when it is just mentioned that it is isti'adha and this is basmala, it's not there. The lam doesn't have a shadda. If you notice here, when I wrote down, see in this slide, it says basmala. Okay, this is an Arabic way of saying it. It's a style of saying it. Isti'adha means A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajeem, and basmala means Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Okay? Okay, alhamdulillah. Just, is my voice okay? Okay, alhamdulillah. Okay, so next, okay, what else we learned last time about the lahan? Al-lahan. Lahan means mistake, any kind of mistake. Al-lahan means a mistake or deviation from correctness when reading. So when we are reciting the Quran, there are two kinds of mistakes that usually people do. So it is divided into two divisions. First, I mentioned it last time, lahne jali and lahne khafi. So what is lahne jali? Lahne jali is the very clear and obvious mistakes. For example, I mentioned last time that there are three kinds of lahne jali, the obvious mistakes that we make. A lot of times, like it's very common when the kids are learning or when we start to learn, we make these kind of mistakes. And what is the meaning of that? Lahne jali means when we make these obvious mistakes, they change that occurs in the pronunciation that affects the accuracy of reading, and sometimes they change the meaning of the Quran. Sometimes the whole word is changed if we make some kind of mistake. And there are three kinds of lahn jali. The first mistake, the first lahan is the mistake of makharij. Makharij means the letters, how we say the Arabic alphabets. That is, if we change it, for suppose I have mentioned the example that if we say the letter fa like ta or sin, then it changes the meaning of the word. Or if we say the qaf like the kaf, just like the example is qalb. Qalb means heart. But if we say it kalb, a lot of time you listen that people say qaf like a kaf. So it changes the meaning. Kalb means dog. So from heart to dog, it's totally two opposite, two different words. And for suppose another example is alim. Alim starts with ayn, and the meaning is knowledgeable. But if we do not focus on the letter ayn and we change the makhraj and we say it alim, which often people do, so it means alim means painful. So alim, actually the original word was knowledgeable, but we changed it into painful. For suppose that it's the quality of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He is alim. But if we say that it's alim, that na'udhu we change the meaning, we change the sifat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is a major mistake. And then the second type of mistake is the mistake in the vowels, the harakas. What we in Arabic we say the harakas. In Urdu people say zay zabar pesh, but in Arabic we say it fatha kasra dhamma. So changing the harakas also make a major change in the word. Like for suppose changing the dhamma into fatha or fatha into dhamma. The example I mentioned is there's in Surah Baqarah, ayah number 151. I think there's the example I took is qatala Dawuda Jaluta. In the meaning of this phrase is that Dawud alayhi salam killed Jalut. Dawudu, there is a dhamma on the dal, which shows that he is the subject. He is the doer of action. He killed Jalut. But if somebody says qatala Dawuda Jalutu, then it means that Jalut killed Dawud alayhi salam. So it totally changed the meaning of the word. Do you understand what I'm saying? Is it okay? Like everybody is with me? So just changing the haraka. The dhamma, it's the rafa state. So rafa means rafa, the doer is always rafa. Dhamma is dhamma. If anyone of you knows the grammar, Arabic grammar, you know what I'm talking about. So also this is another major mistake if we change the harakas, the vowels. And the third type of mistake is oftentimes people do is a mistake in the mud letters, in the stretching. The example is in Surah Kawthar, the first word is inna. Okay, you stretch it 2 counts because there is a alif mud over there. But sometimes people say it inna a'tainaka al-kawthar, inna. They skip the alif. So if you skip the alif or any mud letter, there are 3 types of mud letters, waw mad, alif mad and ya mad. You do not stretch the haraka properly, then still it makes the major change in the meaning of the word. So these are the 3 types of mistakes that we have to avoid, inshallah, bi'idhnillah. Then we come to the lahne khafi, the minor mistakes, the hidden mistakes. These mistakes do not change, do not bring any major change in the language or grammatically or in the meaning, but only those like the people, your teachers, our teachers, if they listen, somebody is reciting and they are not skipping some of the rules, then they realize, oh, this person is making this mistake, but it doesn't make any major change. For example, if we don't do proper idgham or ikhfa, or we do not stretch the mud letter, like the big mud that is supposed to be stretched 4 counts or 5 counts. So if we are making, if a person makes mistake of reading the dhamma and between the dhamma and the fatha, like for suppose the example is qul, the qaf has a dhamma here, where my cursor is, where I'm pointing out right now, here. If you do not read the dhamma properly, because for the dhamma you have to make round lips, you have to make your mouth circle. I'm sorry, what are you saying, Sister Zahida? Can you give the example? Surah Kawthar. Okay, just the example I mentioned. Okay, the first ayah of inna a'tainaka al-kawthar. In means indeed. Inna, indeed, we. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about himself, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he did what? Indeed, we a'tainaka. Indeed, we granted you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Al-kawthar. Indeed, we have granted you al-kawthar. But if we skip that alif, inna, then indeed, it only means indeed. We skipped the we. We changed the, we skipped the one word. Did you understand what I mean, Sister Zahida? So, now you got it? So we skipped the, because since we did not stretch the na 2 counts, so we skipped the meaning we. Okay, alhamdulillah. So so lahne jali and lahne khafi is clear, alhamdulillah. Lahne khafi, I was telling, it is very common. The last example I have given, the last line, if you read, sometimes people they do not read the kasra properly, just like they do not read the dhamma properly. Like qul, if you don't do your mouth, circle mouth, you do not say like, try everyone, qul. Just keep your flat lips flat, and then say qul, and then make your lips circle, like take and then say qul, so the full proper sound will come out. So similarly, if you do not say the kasra properly between a kasra and a fatha, the example I give is bihi, bi, but sometimes people say behi, behi. They say be, they not say be. So this is improper. This does not change the meaning of Quran, but still it's from the recitation point of view, it is considered as lahne khafi. So far we are okay, alhamdulillah. Yes, alhamdulillah. Okay, so we have covered, alhamdulillah, the manners of recitation, and then isti'adha and basmala, and then the lahan, al-lahan. Now we will move on to the next lesson for today, that is the makharijul huruf. And what is makharij? The articulation points of the letters. Okay. So first we need to understand what is makharij. Makharij is a plural of the word makhrij. The word makhrij comes from the root letter. I'm sure you've been learning in the tafsir, the teacher tells you the root words. The makhrij root word is kha, ra, jim, kharaja. Okay, means exit, the place where the sound is coming, is exiting. So that is what is a makhraj. So the articulation point or the place of pronunciation, we say the letter, that is called makhraj. And there are 5 major areas that have in our mouth that we use those 5 major areas to say the letters. And what are those 5 major areas? I mentioned in this slide. That is ash-shafatain, okay, our 2 lips. Then our al-lisan, the tongue, al-halaq, the throat, al-jawf, the empty mouth, and al-khayshum, the nasal passage. So these are the 5 major areas that we use for the different articulation points. And there are 17 makharij. From these 5 major areas, there are 17 makharij. And total alphabets are, do we, you mean we memorize the letters? What do you mean by that, Sister Mahajbi? The letters, yeah. Yeah, the alif, ba, ta, fa, jim, ha, those are the letters? Yes. Yeah, alhamdulillah, inshallah. Know the terms. Okay, if you remember, it's good for you, but it's not like because what's the point of learning the tajweed if because it will be easy for you if you remember these terms. Inshallah, just wait for the next slide. I'll show you. You can memorize them in English as well. Okay, yeah, I will repeat again. The 5 major areas are ash-shafatain, the 2 lips, al-lisan, the tongue, al-halaq, the throat, al-jawf, the empty mouth, and al-khayshum, the nasal passage. And from all these 5 major areas, there are 17 makharij and 28 total alphabets. All of you know that how many Arabic alphabets there are? I just told you. There are 28 alphabets. Okay? Yes. 28 is okay, 29 is okay. Because what happens is alif and hamza, most of the Arabic scholars, they say alif and hamza is a single letter. They consider it as one letter. But if they say them separately, then there are 29. If you count alif and hamza separate, then it's 29 letters. Or if you count them as one letter, then it's 28. Both answers are fine. When I give you a test, if you write 28 or 29, both are okay. Okay? Inshallah. Don't worry. So 28 total Arabic alphabets and 17 makharij. Subhanallah. Okay? And how many major areas? Just 5. I mentioned you in the previous slide. And inshallah, we will try to learn in depth as well, if time permits us, inshallah. This is here I wrote in English as well. So al-jawf is the empty space in the mouth and throat as well. And that is one articulation point. How many total I said? How many total makharij there are? No, 5 is the major areas. These are the 5 major areas you can see. Yes, mashallah. Yeah, jazakallah. 17. Sister Manjabin, Sister Zaida. Yes. Alhamdulillah. Yes, you're right. So 17 total makharij all together. And you remember what I said about makharij? What is a makhraj? So when I say 17 makharij, So you should, yeah, the places of exit where the letters come from. Yeah, the points, articulation points, the exit, the places of exit of the sound. So those are 17. Okay, inshallah we will learn the detail. So this is just again a summary, kind of a summary for you. Okay, so al-jawf, first of all, al-jawf. Al-jawf is the empty space in the mouth and throat, and that is just one articulation point, one place we use, and three lengthened letters. Three lengthened letters means what? The mud letters. Just I mentioned previously in the lahan part, the mud letters that you stretch to count, alif mad, waw mad and ya mad, those are the letters, basically those we say from al-jawf. And next is al-halaq, the throat. Al-halaq has basically three articulation points, and 6 letters we say from those 3 points. Okay, so far you're with me? I hope it's not that hard for you. Okay, so the throat is al-halaq, and it has 3 articulation points, and 6 letters come out from the 3 articulation points. What are the 3 points? Inshallah, in detail, I will show you the slide as well, the parts of the throat, that there are 3 parts, the deepest part, the middle part, and the closest part. So these 3 parts, we say 6 letters. And then the lisan, al-lisan, the tongue. Subhanallah, such a small thing we have in our mouth, in between our teeth, and it has 10 articulation points and 18 letters, the most letters. These letters we use our tongue to say these letters. Subhanallah. So 10 articulation points from in the tongue, al-lisan, and 18 letters come out from al-lisan. And then we come to ash-shafatain, the 2 lips. It has 2 articulation points, 2 makharij. So the lips has 2 makharij, and we say 4 letters. We say 4 letters from the lips. And the last major area of the mouth or nose, like the altogether the area we use for talking, is the sound comes is the nose, al-khayshum, the nasal passage, the nose or the nasal passage. And from the whole of the nose towards the inside of the mouth, it's just the one makharij, articulation point, and that is we use for doing ghunna. It's not for specifically just one letter or one letter or any more than 1 letters, but just the sound of ghunna, because we cannot do ghunna without the nasal passage. If you close your nose, you are not able to do the ghunna. Ghunna means the nasal sound. You take the sound in the nose and stretch it, just like for suppose I gave this example here, inna, here the noon has a shadda, so we do ghunna here, inna. You see that sound? In, the sound goes in the nasal passage, so that is called ghunna. If you close your nose, like right now I'm trying to do it, I am not able to say make the ghunna sound, and it's blocked if I close my nose. So subhanallah, so this nasal passage is basically used to make the ghunna. Alhamdulillah. So these 5 areas we have covered. So far you're okay? So how many from the, okay, I will hide this one. Just do a review, quick review. How many letters from ash-shafatain? How many articulation points in shafatain? Anybody remember from the lips? How many articulation points the lips has? Anybody remember? I'm just trying to wake you up. 2, alhamdulillah. Good, mashallah. Sister Tanzila, you are paying attention. Did you learn Tajweed before? You know already the Tajweed? No? Oh, mashallah. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. So the lips has 2 articulation points. And how many letters come out from those articulation points? Anyone remember? 4. Yes. MashaAllah, Sister Zaida, correct. Alhamdulillah. So, and okay, so the next part was al-lisan, the most dangerous part in our mouth. Okay. So this al-lisan has how many articulation points? Sister Mariam, 18. You're saying 18 articulation points? Mishal is saying 10. Sister Tanzila is saying 10. Which one is right? Should I tell you? Anyone else? Yes. Alhamdulillah. This is either yes. 10, yes, 10 articulation points and 18 letters. Okay? Alhamdulillah. Okay. So al-halaq. This is the third major area that we use. So al-halaq. How many articulation points in al-halaq? 3 articulation points. Alhamdulillah. And how many letters come out from those places? 6. MashaAllah. Good. Alhamdulillah. Okay. What about al-jawf? Al-jawf, the empty mouth, the empty area of mouth and throat, back of the mouth, is just 1 articulation point. Alhamdulillah. And 3 lengthened letters. Yeah, 3 letters, you're right. Only those letters, the mud letters that we stretch, the lengthened letters, the stretching letters. Yes, alhamdulillah. And the last one is al-khayshum. What about al-khayshum? The nasal passage, the nose. Alhamdulillah. 1. It's 1 articulation point, and it is used for doing gunna. Yes, alhamdulillah. So see, alhamdulillah, you are so, all of you, so attentive, and we did the revision in class. Alhamdulillah. Just this same way we will do the practice of Quran, inshallah. Inshallah, bismillah. All of you are right, mashallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from you. May Allah accept your efforts, and may Allah increase you in knowledge. Ameen. And me as well, inshallah. Make dua for me. Okay. Okay, so the next part of the class is, so right now I don't want to overburden you. Inshallah, next class we will read, we will learn in detail the articulation points and all the letters one by one, which letters come out from which point. For now, I will just stop here so you can just absorb all the information I gave you today. And we move on to our next session that we will, inshallah. Yeah, Ameen. Jazakallah khairan kathira. Okay. Tell me one thing. All of you know the knowledge du'as, because this is in our syllabus, to memorize the du'as of knowledge and some of the basic du'as, like the du'a in the starting of salah, in namaz, when we do the salah. Which ones? I'll show you right now. Just a second. Can you see my screen here? These are the knowledge of dua. Ya Rabbi zidni ilma. Ya alhamdulillah. Ya alhamdulillah. Mishal. Yeah. So these are the 5 du'as of knowledge that everybody should recite, inshallah. If you know all of these, very well done, mashallah. But sometimes, why we are here? We are correcting our mistakes. We are trying to improve our tajweed. Okay, all of you, me and you, all of you, and myself as well. We are trying to practice with better tajweed and more beautifully. So this is why, even if you know the du'as, if you have memorized already, still we will, inshallah, go through them in the class. First, if you don't know them, then we will repeat them several times, and then, inshallah, by the end of the session, you will see that you know all the du'as, inshallah, bi'idhnillah, with proper tajweed. Okay, inshallah. So these ones, and I'll show you another dua. That this dua, which one we are going to memorize? This one. Can you see this one? This dua. Inshallah. This is the dua that we read. I think some of you, most of the people, we know the other dua that. This one I'm sure. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika wa tabaraka ismuka wa ta'ala jadduka wa la ilaha ghayruk. This dua The meaning of this dua is, how perfect you are, O Allah, and I praise you. Blessed be your name, and lofty is your position, and none has the right to be worshipped except you. This is the dua I think most people usually they memorize, and they say it in the beginning of the salah. But there's another dua that is recommended, this one. It's a little bit longer dua, but it is also a very beautiful dua. It's according to the sunnah, and then other one is also according to the sunnah, but this one also we will try to memorize in this class, inshallah. So we will read together first the du'as of knowledge. We have 20 minutes, inshallah. We will try to cover them. Okay? So first I will read the du'as, and then you repeat after me, and I will open your, inshallah, Sister Shahana will do it, I think. Or am I supposed to do it, or Shahana, or you will open the mics? So then they will read it one by one. They can read it. And then if there is any mistake, then I will let them know, and then we will, inshallah, keep practicing. Is it okay, Sister Shahana? You can do it, inshallah. Okay. First, I will read the du'as one by one. All 5 du'as I'm going to read one time today. And then I'll only focus on the first dua, and all of you are going to read the first dua. Okay? Inshallah. Okay. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. And as we learned in the manners of reading Quran, that we will read slowly, with understanding and pondering. So the first dua is from Quran. It is the dua of Musa alayhi salam in Surah Taha, ayah 25 to 28. So this is part of Quran. Be very mindful. Either it doesn't matter if it's Quran or Hadith, we are not supposed to make mistake. We are not supposed to change the harakas, or we are not supposed to change the letters. Okay, so even if it's just a dua, but we will make it according to the teachings of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, inshallah. So the first dua, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Rabbish rahli sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. رب زدني علما اللهم فقهنا في الدين اللهم إني أسألك علما نافعا وعملا متقبلا ورزقا طيبا اللهم انفعنا بما علمتنا وعلمنا ما ينفعنا وزدنا علما. Ameen. Okay, just like the way I recited, slowly, giving pause in between every section, like there's according to the meaning. That's the way you are going to recite, inshallah, on daily basis, whenever you make the du'as. The first dua, as I said, it's the dua of Musa alayhi salam. And what he is saying, O my Lord, open my heart, ease my task, and give me eloquence in my speech, so they understand my message. Such a beautiful dua, subhanallah. Anytime we are doing anything we are doing, you and me, we should make this dua, inshallah. So all of us recite this dua together. Okay, can you open the mics, please, Sister Shahana, and then one by one, you can read the dua to me. Okay, only the first dua. We will focus on the second dua, then the third dua. So, inshallah. And then, so, can you open the mics, please?
You can click, yeah, if the students can click the...
and then we read this dua, okay, together. Are you ready, all of you?
Can you hear me? Hello?
Is everyone there? Nobody's writing anything?
Hello.
Okay, alhamdulillah. Okay, So now we will recite this dua first. Sister Shahana is doing it for us, inshallah. So start the first dua. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Are you saying with me? How to start my Tajweed?
Hello, can you hear me? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, Sister Mahajbi, your mic. Yes, Sister Mahajbi, your mic is open.
Assalamu alaikum.
You can start. You can say the dua, Sister Mahajbi.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. My speaker was. Yes, please start. Yes.
Yes, Mahjabeen, you can say.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Yeah, can I start now?
Yes, please.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli.
Yafqahu qawli. There is a wow with the ha, sister. So then you have to say it. Yafqahu qawli.
Yafqahu qawli.
Yes, good. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Alhamdulillah. So this is the way, inshallah, we will memorize it. Because if you skip the wow, then you change the meaning. You understand what I'm saying, Mr. Mahjabeen? Yeah. It's because it's part of Quran also.
Yeah.
Yafqahu, so they understand.
Yeah.
Okay. So alhamdulillah, jazakallah khair. Yeah. Keep the meaning in your mind when you're saying this dua.
Yeah.
Okay. Jazakallah. Next, who's next?
Oh, is it me? Hello.
Sorry, who's there?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes. Who's there? Who's that?
It's Tanzila.
Okay, Sister Tanzila. Okay, yes. Please go ahead.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Good. Very nice. MashaAllah. Okay, who's next?
Okay, sisters, if you can click the shadow of a person, that means that you are in a queue and you want to say something or you want to say this lesson. Okay, so you can click that part. It's for the Q&A session. You can see it on your window.
Are you saying to me, Sister Shana?
No, I'm saying to the students.
Okay, the students. Okay.
All right. So Mariam Khan, I'm opening your mic, sister.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي.
MashaAllah. Good. MashaAllah. Barakallahu feek. MashaAllah. Yeah, who's next?
Okay, now Sister Zaida, you're next.
Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Yes. Alhamdulillah. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي.
MashaAllah. Barakallahu feekum. MashaAllah. Good. Good job. MashaAllah. All of you are good, MashaAllah. It looks like you have already known Tajweed.
It's not Faria.
Alhamdulillah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yes, go ahead, please.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Barakallahu feekum. MashaAllah. Good job. Yes. Who's next? Sister Tanzila. Oh, it's okay. Don't worry about Sister Tanzila, about the rules. Inshallah, that's why we are here. Inshallah, slowly, slowly we will know, try to learn the rules. Inshallah. You're doing good. Yes. Yes, Sister Mishal is going next.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li Rabbi shrah li wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli.
Can you say again one more time? Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri.
Rabbi shrah li
Sadri
sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli.
MashaAllah. Barakallahu feekum. MashaAllah. Jazakallah khair. Yes. Everybody's done?
Sister Nomana.
Okay.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي.
MashaAllah. Good. MashaAllah. Barakallahu feekum. MashaAllah. You did good. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. All of you did good. MashaAllah. Just keep the meaning in the mind. Is everyone done? All of you are done.
This is Sana Noor.
Okay.
Sister Sana.
Yes, Sister Sana. Go ahead.
Okay, so Sister Taranum Sultana.
Okay. Yes, please, Sister Taranum. Yes, go ahead. Your mic is on.
بسم الله السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي.
Can you read the second last part again, Sister Taranum? واحلل عقدة
من لساني يفقه قولي.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Barakallahu feekum. Good. Alhamdulillah. Yes. Alhamdulillah. Okay. All of you are done? All done. Alhamdulillah. Jazakallah, Sister Shahana. So Alhamdulillah, this dua is good. So this is your homework for this class. It's not a very difficult homework. Just practice this dua every time you're reading Quran. Even if you're going to school or college or university, or you're doing anything, because this is if you focus on the meaning, look at the meaning. Such a beautiful meaning. Oh my Lord, open my heart. It's not. He's not saying that only for Quran reading or only for Tajweed rules open my heart. No, it's a general dua. For anything we can ask. Oh Allah, oh my Lord, open my heart, ease my task. If you are going to have exams tomorrow, day after tomorrow, or any time, any work you are doing at work, just make this dua. Ease my task and give me eloquence in my speech so they understand my message. Okay, so this is a very beautiful dua. So for the next week, inshallah, we will all practice this dua and with the understanding. Not just, saying for the purpose of saying or memorizing. We will, inshallah, focus on the meaning as well. And quickly, we have 5 minutes. Inshallah, I want to go to the next dua as well, because this is also a very beautiful dua. And I want all of you, inshallah, and myself as well, to memorize this dua as well. Okay? So, I will read this dua and the meaning also, and then we can practice, even if not in this class. We don't have enough time, but next time you will find all these du'as, inshallah. If you don't get the chance to read to me right now today, then next time you will read it to me, and also we will several times we will practice this dua. Okay, and when you go after the class, like not right now, they will upload the slides, inshallah. So tomorrow or after, when you look at the slides, the class presentation, then you can find this dua as well. And anywhere you can find, as I said, if you download the app Hisnul Muslim, then you can have the dua on your cell phone, and anytime you can access it. So inshallah, a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Allahumma ba'id bayni wa bayna khatayaya kama ba'adta bayna al-mashriqi wal maghrib. اللهم نقني من خطاياي كما ينقى الثوب الأبيض من الدنس اللهم اغسلني من خطاياي بالثلج والماء والبرد. So what is the meaning of this dua? Oh, wait just a second, Sister Majabin. Let me finish the meaning, inshallah. Okay, what is the meaning? It's such a beautiful meaning. O Allah, distance me from my sins, just as you have distanced the east from the west. O Allah, purify me of my sins as a white robe is purified of filth. O Allah, cleanse me of my sins with snow, water, and ice. Ameen Ya Rabbal Alameen. Such a beautiful dua, subhanallah, that our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mercy and blessings on him, Ameen, that he taught us this beautiful dua. So inshallah, all of us will memorize this dua, inshallah. And Sister Mahzabeen, what you're saying, this text looks different and more difficult than the Quran I read. Okay, maybe the fonts are like that. Inshallah, next time I will upload it in a different font. Okay, inshallah. But it's not that difficult for reading, inshallah. If we will focus and we will try to read it, inshallah, we can read it. Okay, so we are at the end of the class. It's just 1 minute left. If any of you has any questions, please let me know. I hope you found the class beneficial, inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make our tasks easy for us. Inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put barakah in our time, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our efforts, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us ilman nafi'ah, the beneficial knowledge, and may Allah enable us, and may Allah give us the capabilities to apply this knowledge in our lives, inshallah. Alhamdulillah. Jazakumullahu khairan kathira for all of you, to all of you for coming and learning all the things I taught you, inshallah. And then just one homework for you for the next class, that read the first knowledge of dua with understanding, with meaning, with proper makhrij. Yes, inshallah. And this second dua that we are going to read in Salah, we will keep repeating it and practice it, and inshallah we will, by the end of few sessions, we will memorize it, inshallah. Okay. Jazakumullahu khairan kathira to all the sisters. Keep me in your du'as, and I will also, inshallah, keep you all in my du'as. Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave me the tawfiq to come out and teach you. I'm also a student and learning, alhamdulillah. So inshallah we finished the class. We're on time. So once again, jazakumullahu khairan kathira. Inshallah, take care all of you, and see you next week, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.